You're pretty when I'm drunk.
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 And I'm pretty fucking drunk.
Guys, it's Sunday. Yes, sirree. I know we're all psyched up to get back at it first thing tomorrow. What are we looking at? Yeah, what are you looking at? We're going to be looking at two of them from Stone Brewery. First one is Ruination IPA. This one logs in at 8.2% and comes in a big bottle. This one is from Ed, USA, Ed. And I can't think of anything, with that picture on the bottle. Even better to open it with one of these. So, how'd your guys' day go? Mine went as expected, but not as planned. I was hoping to get out to the shack and shoot the fire out of the 10 millimeter, the Glock 20, with all the upgrades and goodies. I'm not done with that yet, though. Hopefully this week we'll be taking care of the sight picture, if you know what I mean. But I was really looking forward to trying that. You can see on the end there, got rid of the A2 stock. Hopefully that will make the thing a little more enjoyable to shoot. After seven shots last time, it was letting me know exactly who was boss. Okay, it's got some good color. I'm not quite getting the that transfer of color up through the head. That's right. Very heavy on the citrus, tropical fruits. And I have to say, right now, I'm thirsty. Well, the reason I didn't get out to the shack is ended up with one thing after the other to do today. And I was actually reaching for the phone to call my brother-in-law and see if he wanted to head out there and if I could possibly get a ride with him. And as I reached for the phone, it rang, and it was Samantha. She was worked 2 extra hours at work and wanted to know if we could take a look at her brakes on her GT3000 because it was making some bad noise, and it's been making that bad noise for a while. And I'm just like, aren't you the mechanic? So I didn't bother calling my brother-in-law, and it all wouldn't have mattered anyway because it just started to pour while we were working on the car. Thankfully, we got half of it checked out and done. And then my garage is a shed. You guys that have been here, it's a shed with a large front door. We just basically backed the car in a little bit to get out of the rain and finish the back end. Cheers. So this is going to taste really good. It's my first one Paul has, man. Just got some pictures from him. First the steak and the beer before they went on the grill, and then the final product, and that's one awesome looking steak, Paul. So cheers to you, my brother. A lot more of the tropical fruit on this one than some. Not hang on, that's probably Paul. Right there. This could be Paul. And it's Paul. He actually Paul, man. You know, Keyport and the boys over there, Nick and Andy, fantastic guys. You really see what happens when some craft beer guys get put in charge. The store's been remodeled. The amount of craft stuff that they have on hand. But that place that has, man, that he goes, He said he just looked at this. It's not bad. I mean, I don't want to give it away, but you know, everybody just don't listen for a second. Paul, what you're drinking right now, I don't know if I'd, yeah, I don't know if I'd trade you. This is tasting pretty good, but Paul's having one from 6 Point. Yeah, the old formerly known as the Tiger. Oh man, those things are so good. I know we don't want to make this one jealous. We probably shouldn't talk about another IPA in front of her. Oh, so Paul, now you know why I didn't text you back right away. It'll be, you know, a couple hours from now before you realize why I dissed you. God. Hang on. You get kind of an initial sweetness. That kind of like, it's going to be sweet, but what direction is it going? And that kind of gets burnt away by that citrus hit. And then you notice the fruit. Pineapple. You know, like pineapple, orange, or tangerine. Those are kind of in there, just kind of hanging out. It's very smooth. And it stays very smooth. This one doesn't have, and I like that kind of bitter spot that you get, but this one kind of gets it right at the very end, along with a kind of a bread like biscuit area, but it just stays, you know, smooth right to the end. It was seconds ago. I have to look again. 8.2%. That alcohol is definitely, wow. That is a novel. That alcohol stays very well hidden. Ruination IPA from Stone, and I'll admit, Stone, they seem to have a pretty good reputation. They've honestly kind of been hit or miss with me. Yeah, I don't know what all this, unless they're beers, dissing somebody, layered flour, green flour, blah blah blah. Yeah. It has a 100 plus IBU, which I just got done telling you. I've had some that had a nicer bitter area. This doesn't. I would never peg this at 100 plus IBU. I mean, you kind of notice that, I guess, a little bit more if you just go full chug on it. Sweetness is in all the right spots. That citrus, I'd say more on the grapefruit side and less on the pine side. I'm gonna hang on to a little bit of this though, because we're doing two from Stone, so I kind of want to just have something to reference back to. But E-scale, there ain't nothing wrong with it, that's for sure. It's almost like, you know, being fair when you're rating stuff. So it's just like, you know, even amongst that, I may give you a list of 10 IPAs that I said on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give them a 10. But in that group, you have the ones that you would never pick over the other 10s. I know it's kind of weird. Does that make any sense? This is really top notch. Just because it comes from Stone, without even without even looking it up, I'm sure it has a very high a high rating. I'm gonna give it one. You know, this is like a you know outstanding world class as far as an IPA goes. It kind of has a mix between being a what I would call a heavy hitter, serious IPA head beer, and maybe someone just wants to give it a try and see what it's all about. I think it might have a chance of succeeding in both of those columns. I like the complexity. I say this would be a 10, be a 10 on my scale. You know, I know I want to kind of put it towards the 9.5, but I feel it's a little bit stronger. It's like a 9.8. So we'll just give it a 10. We'll round up on this one. So 10 on Ruination. That was from Ed. Ed, you seriously made up for that shit weasel stuff from. Yeah, I don't know, my buddy in Florida, Mr. Mustang himself. I've had some pretty decent pumpkin ales, and they may not be for me. They may be for that time of the year, but the that stuff from Shipyard, that was not good. Tasted way too much like chemical. Did I show you the cap? The other one had nothing on it. This one's got Stone Brewing makes aggressive beers. Yeah, there we go. And this is their IPA. We're going to find out what the difference is. It has less alcohol. This one is 6.9%. And I don't know if they give an IBU on it or not. Give a whole flow chart on freshness. And they said that to check the date on the shoulder. And this one has been bumped so many times that most of the born on date is on the end of my finger. Yeah, I know, Chuck. I didn't go straight from the garage a few minutes ago to the manicures to get this fixed. So, and this one, boy, I hit that one pretty good. Look at that, huh? That one. I'm gonna stick with the opener from Alex. And by now the comments are coming in on the picking a winner. I think if I were to take a guess, his name is Tony. Toe Knee. Of course, it was like after the video that my brain put that together. So, relatively the kind of the same overall look. This one's a little bit more cloudy than the other one. Not as much head. Not that big alien love kiss from the citrus hit on this one either. So, cheers. Wow, though, that one's that's very misleading. It honestly has more of the sweetness and the big fruit. Speaking of big fruit, oh yeah, there's Heffy. There's a Google chat. It has more of the big fruit and kind of initial sweetness up front. Weird, eh? Trippy. As my friend Tom says. Trippy. So you're getting a little bit more of initial sweetness, a little bit more of the big kind of tropical fruit. Then you get the citrus hit, which is definitely on the grapefruit side of it. Then it goes right into just a kind of a big bitter area. And this one does not. I'm not seeing a IBU rating on this one, but if that one says that it's 100 plus, this one feels and tastes all of that 100 plus, but it doesn't say, so I can't tell you what it actually is. The alcohol is less. Overall, it has the kind of the same characteristic and mouthfeel to it. Because that bitter comes on sooner and stays more aggressive on this one, it doesn't have quite that smooth appeal that Ruination has. Kind of a more of a flowery, not white as in Mother Nature kind of shit, flowery kind of last little bit towards the end, and not as much of a bread or a biscuit on the finish on this one. Now, this one would be the one that if someone said, I'm really kind of a hop head, like something fairly aggressive when it comes to the citrus and the hoppiness, I would probably lean you in the direction of the regular IPA. This one was from Joe K, by the way. Whereas this one, what you would think, at least I would think, that this one would be more of the heavy hitter, but this one it's almost like the Ruination seems like a more refined version of the regular IPA, which it very well could be. Maybe it's all in the novel on the back of the glass. I mean, this is very good. This is very good too. But like I said, you know, I consider, well, I find that it goes in kind of little splurts. Yeah, I said splurts. I'm on a serious IPA kick. Something like this guy here, I would probably not probably. I give this a 9. And if I would have probably reviewed this separate of that, I might have maybe even done a 9.5, but I'm sticking with a 9 just because having the opportunity to do the two of them side by side. I like the more refined version in the Ruination, and than this. This, what for me would have needed to kind of push it up a little bit more, is I really like that bread or biscuit kind of finish, and this just kind of gets right into that heavy bitterness and kind of stays all the way through. Yeah, if you're hop curious, you might want to stay away from the Stone IPA. If you are a hop head, I think you will really like it. If you can only have one of the two of them, I recommend the Ruination over the regular IPA. So I thank Ed, and I thank Joe for those too. And now, what should we look at? Oh man. Last night, my friend Howard was over. Fired up the fire pit. Oh yeah. Celebrated doing nothing for a while. And definitely have to thank Joe on that too, because a bottle of Vampire Slayer got uncorked. And my buddy Howard is he kind of drinks a large variety of stuff, but he didn't. He knew that it was kind of a special bottle and didn't want to drink it all. And I was like, you know what, have a full glass. And he was like, no, I'll continue drinking your righteous. Bummer. And so he had basically a half a glass of it, and he's just like, wow, this is really good. Is this vampire blood? I'm like, well, it says it's made with holy water and vampire killing steaks. Let's see. Tomorrow, why don't we let me take a look at, if I can get it out of there. Let me take a look at Bobo's Robust Porter from Big Sky Brewing Company. Another one from Bulwark 1911. Alcohol percentage on this is 5.8. And Bobo looks like he's on crack. I'm okay with that. So let's do this one tomorrow. Granted that there is a tomorrow. That can't be good, can it? Oh, it's okay. I reinitialized the warp chamber, and the dilithium crystals are it is a false alarm. So, okay, guys. Hope you have a great Sunday and a safe Monday. And if I'm here tomorrow, we'll be taking a look at Bobo. Otherwise, I was thinking about using this one, but I thought it was completely inappropriate, so I didn't use this one. What am I talking about? The flag's in there. It's all okay. It's all okay. We can use that one. Okay, so yeah, I didn't get to go shoot that today, and I'm bitter about it. And I see it's still raining, so sucks too, because following the saga of the BMG 50, ended up bringing this over in an attempt to have it professionally mounted, and they're giving it another shot. Unfortunately, nobody local does. If you really want to take mounting a scope to the next level, you can basically have it just make sure that those rings are completely aligned, and the reason for that is hypothetically speaking, right now, if it's a little out of alignment, where it's pinching the scope in the rings, it may not be. What you want to do is you want to make sure that the scope and the rings have as much of a contact point as possible, and that there's a lot of energy that is taking place when you pull the trigger on that, and that's why I took the A2 stock setup off of it, and put a buffer tube, an end plate, and castle nut. Basically I pirated an extra buffer tube, parts off of my zombie Mossberg, and parts off of the other Mossberg, just to make that happen. But I'm just thinking that's got to be a lot more pleasurable to shoot it like that. So we're gonna see. So okay, guys, that's all I got for you today. We will see you tomorrow Oh, and a big thank you to Evil Neil. And if you guys can do anything right now, you can all get together and you can pray to the car gods that that Neil's Honda gets somehow rejuvenated so that he can come to the shoot this year. As of right now, it's not looking good, and that makes me sad because Neil's a blast, even without alcohol. Get a few in him. So hopefully the car thing will all work out so that he can come to the shoot this year. It's probably a little bit too long of a ride on his motorcycle, and he wouldn't be able to bring anything, I guess. Unless you hook a trailer up to it or something. So, okay, guys. Cheers. Notice I reached for the Ruination. What does that mean? Hope to see you tomorrow.